Have you ever caught yourself thinking, maybe I'm just too old for this now? Maybe it was while bending down to tie your shoes, or carrying groceries into the house, or even just reaching for something on the top shelf. That little voice sneaks in and tries to convince you to let someone else do it. But here's the thing. Just because we've added a few more candles to the birthday cake doesn't mean we have to give up doing the everyday things that make us feel alive, capable, and independent. Staying strong and self-reliant after 60 isn't about ignoring the changes that come with age. It's about choosing to stay in the game. It's about refusing to hand over your independence to time without a fight. Because the truth is, the more you keep doing the small things every day, the longer you'll be able to do the big things. And in this video, we're going to talk about 6 everyday tasks you should not give up, no matter your age, if you want to stay strong, confident, and fully in control of your life. Let's start with one that might surprise you: getting dressed by yourself. It seems simple enough, right? But you'd be amazed how many people begin relying on others for this task, just because it's quicker or easier, or because they've been told to take it easy. But when you stop dressing yourself, you're not just giving up a task. You're giving up an opportunity to stretch, to twist, to move your arms and legs in ways that keep your joints active and your muscles engaged. It's a form of daily mobility. Every time you lift your arms to pull on a shirt or bend to put on your socks, you're doing something incredibly important. You're telling your body, hey, I'm still in control here. And sure, it might take a little longer now. Maybe you sit down to put on your pants instead of standing. That's okay. What matters is that you're doing it. You're maintaining that vital connection between your body and your independence. And the bonus? That feeling when you finish getting dressed on your own. It builds confidence. It reminds you that you've still got it. Because you do. Now, let's talk about cooking. Yes, cooking. It doesn't have to be fancy. You don't need to be whipping up gourmet meals every night. But preparing your own food, chopping vegetables, stirring a pot, making your morning eggs, keeps you sharp, both mentally and physically. There's rhythm in it. There's a sense of accomplishment that comes from creating something with your hands, something nourishing, something real, and most importantly, it keeps you in control of what you're putting into your body. Cooking also stimulates memory. Think about it. Recipes, flavors, timing, smells. They all engage your brain in a way that no pill or crossword puzzle can fully replicate. And you don't have to cook every single meal alone. Maybe you invite a friend or a neighbor over once a week and cook together. Make it fun. Put on some music. Laugh when the rice burns. These small shared moments keep your life full of color. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Isn't it just easier to order takeout or have someone help? Sure, it's easier, but easier isn't always better, especially not when it comes to maintaining your independence. The little efforts you make in your own kitchen have big ripple effects on your energy, your health, your balance, and even your emotional well-being. Because when you can say, I made this, that pride stays with you. Let's move on to something a bit more physical. Carrying your own shopping bags. Now, I'm not saying you need to haul a 10-pound watermelon in each hand. But next time you're at the store, instead of asking the cashier to call someone to help you to the car, try carrying a bag or two yourself. Not to prove anything to anyone else, but to prove something to yourself. That your body still remembers how to move with purpose, that your hands still have strength, that your legs still hold you up. Carrying light shopping bags keeps your core muscles engaged, helps your posture, and most of all, builds a sense of capability. And if it's too much all at once, break it into trips. One bag at a time. No rush, no pressure, just steady progress. Because every bag you carry is one more step in saying, I'm still strong, I'm still capable. And that's what this is really all about. Reminding yourself through action that you're still in control. Now that we've looked at these small, everyday tasks, getting dressed, cooking, and carrying your shopping, it's clear that these aren't just chores. They're powerful habits that help you stay sharp, independent, and grounded in your own strength. Let's keep going. There are still more everyday tasks that might seem small, but carry a huge impact on your confidence, health, and freedom. Let's talk about cleaning up after yourself. Now, I know, cleaning isn't exactly glamorous. No one jumps out of bed excited to sweep the floor or wipe down the kitchen counter. But here's the truth. Doing your own basic household chores does more than keep your home tidy. It keeps you active. It keeps you moving. And most importantly, it keeps your sense of ownership alive. When you sweep the floor or fold your laundry, you're not just checking off a task. You're telling yourself, this space is mine, and I take care of it. That matters. Your environment affects your mood, your health, and even how you see yourself. Letting someone else do it all for you might seem like a nice luxury, but over time, it can make you feel like a guest in your own home. And that feeling? It chips away at your confidence more than you might realize. Of course, nobody expects you to be scrubbing the entire house top to bottom like you did in your 30s. But doing what you can, wiping the kitchen counters, organizing a drawer, making your own bed in the morning, those little actions go a long way. They give your body movement, your mind focus, and your heart a quiet sense of pride. And that's a kind of strength that can't be bought. Now let's move on to another everyday task that many people quietly begin to give up as they get older. Handling their... It gives you confidence, and it protects your independence, because no one can make decisions for you if you don't understand what's going on. And let's be honest, staying on top of your money also gives you freedom. Want to treat yourself to a new pair of shoes? Book a little weekend getaway. Surprise your grandkids with something special. When you're actively involved in your finances, you don't have to ask permission. You know where you stand. You're the one in control. And that sense of autonomy, it's empowering. Now, let's talk about something that might feel even more personal. Taking care of your personal hygiene. This one can feel a little awkward to bring up, but it's important, really important. Because grooming, bathing, brushing your hair, these aren't just about staying clean. They're about staying connected to your identity. How you take care of yourself reflects how you feel about yourself. And when you stop brushing your hair or skip your daily shower because it feels like a chore, you start to drift away from that connection. But let me tell you, there's something deeply powerful about looking in the mirror and seeing someone who's still showing up, who's still putting in the effort, who's still saying, I matter. Even on the days when it feels like a hassle, even when you're tired, even when no one's going to see you, those are the days it matters most, because you're not doing it for anyone else. You're doing it for you. And when you take pride in how you care for yourself, that confidence carries into everything else you do. So if you've been tempted to skip shaving or let someone else wash your hair just because it's easier, pause and ask yourself, can I still do this myself? And if the answer is yes, even with a little effort, then give yourself that gift. Keep doing it, because every small act of care adds up to a life lived with dignity, with pride, and with strength. We've now looked at some of the most overlooked yet powerful everyday actions that keep you strong and independent. Cleaning your space, staying in charge of your finances, and taking care of your personal grooming. These are not just tasks. They are habits that remind you that you are still capable, still valuable, and still the author of your own life. Let's continue this journey. There's one more everyday task that holds more power than people realize, and it just might be the one that lifts your spirit the most. Let's talk about the final task on our list, and it's one that's often underestimated. Something so simple, yet so emotionally powerful: preparing your own meals. Now, I'm not talking about fancy recipes or 3-course dinners with 10 ingredients. This is about taking time, even just once a day, to make something for yourself, whether it's a sandwich, a cup of tea, or your favorite bowl of soup. Because when you prepare your own food, you're not just nourishing your body, you're reminding yourself that you are still in charge of what goes into it. Food is personal, it's emotional. It connects us to memories, to comfort, to routine. And cooking, even something small, can bring back a sense of rhythm to your day. It gives you a reason to move. It keeps your senses engaged. The smell of garlic sizzling in a pan, the feel of chopping vegetables, the simple joy of creating something just for you. That's not a chore. That's an act of love for yourself. When someone else does all the cooking, it may feel like a relief at first, but over time, you lose touch with that part of yourself. You stop deciding what you want. You stop creating. And eventually, you stop caring quite as much about the little pleasures that make life worth living. Cooking, even in its simplest form, keeps you connected to life, to joy, and to your own sense of independence. You don't have to cook every meal. You don't have to spend hours in the kitchen, but don't give it up completely. That 10 minutes in the kitchen could be the 10 minutes that remind you you're still active, still capable, and still in control. Maybe it's your morning eggs, your favorite cup of chai, or even just spreading peanut butter on toast. Whatever it is, do it with purpose. Do it with pride. You deserve that. So, where does all of this leave us? It leaves us with a reminder that even after 60, even after 70, even into your 80s and beyond, you still have the power to choose how you show up every single day. Staying strong doesn't always mean lifting heavy weights or running marathons. Sometimes it means standing up to fold your laundry instead of leaving it for later. It means brushing your hair, even when you're not going anywhere. It means stirring your own pot of soup and feeling the warmth of doing something for yourself. Each of these simple, ordinary tasks, getting dressed, cleaning up, handling your bills, caring for your body, preparing your food, they are quiet declarations. They say, I'm here, I'm capable, I matter. They build your strength not just in the body, but in the mind and spirit. And if you're sitting there thinking, well, I'm not what I used to be, let me tell you, no one is. That's not the point. The point is not to be the same as you were at 40. The point is to be engaged, present, and active right now, today. In this season of life, you're not here just to exist. You're here to live. There's something incredibly powerful about the dignity that comes with independence. Not isolation, not doing everything alone, but holding on to the parts of life that remind you of your strength. Every time you choose to do one of these small things for yourself, you're choosing to stay connected to who you are. And maybe today, you're feeling a bit tired. Maybe some days are harder than others. That's okay. Take a breath, take a moment, and then ask yourself, what can I still do for me today? Not for anyone else, just for you. That's how independence is built. That's how strength grows. So, if this video reminded you of something you've been meaning to pick back up, maybe cooking a meal again, or organizing that drawer, or simply choosing your outfit for the day, I hope you'll give yourself permission to start. Not perfectly, not all at once, just one step at a time. Because small steps, taken with intention, can carry you through big changes. And now, I'd love to hear from you. What are some daily tasks you've kept doing, or started doing again, that make you feel strong and independent? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your story might just inspire someone else watching today. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more honest, empowering content that's made just for you. This is your time, your journey. Your story isn't slowing down. It's just entering a new, powerful chapter. Here's to living your best life at any age. And never giving up the little things, because they are the foundation of everything.